So why am I doing this? For those of you joining for the first time, this is a 1,000-day challenge. I woke up 2 months ago and asked myself if I had 1,000 days to live and I had to share valuable lessons with the world, what would they be? I decided that three things in my journey were very, very significant. Three things stand out in my journey, so I would like to share this journey with the world. One was my journey with financial freedom. So we are focusing on financial freedom because it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter, business owner, single mom, single dad, student, money affects our lives. And the sooner you begin to think about your financial freedom, the better. Because many people live their lives 70 years, 80 years, and they die without having pursued their purpose. Why? Because they were busy pursuing money. They were busy they're trying to survive. But financial freedom actually brings you to a point where you're focusing on purpose, not on pursuing money, where you are free from the rat race of wake up every day, go look for money, go look for food to eat and things like that. But you're free to pursue your purpose. Maybe you love you love to set up an orphanage for abandoned children or children without parents. Maybe that's what you really love to do. Maybe that's your purpose. If you don't have financial freedom, you will die without doing that purpose because every day you wake up going to look for money. There are 7 personal finance basics. It doesn't get any more complicated than this. What you see on the screen now will solve literally every single money challenge that we have in life, whether as a business or as individuals. These are the fundamentals. And then it does not matter whether you are Warren Buffett or you're Elon Musk or you're Bill Gates, you're a billionaire. It does not matter whether you're a pauper living under the bridge with no income and underemployed or unemployed. These are the same fundamentals that control Warren Buffett's wealth, that also control your own. So the first is income, which is money earned from work or from investments or from other sources. There are expenses. This involves your cost of living, like your rent, your food, your transportation, your school fees, whatever. Now, budgeting bridges both of them because budgeting is the plan that you use to manage your income and expenses. And budgeting is so powerful and is such a pity that many of us, including myself, have struggled. When I struggled with budgeting. And yet budgeting is one of the most, I would say, divine tools for financial freedom. I can actually boldly claim that many people are not doing well financially. Many people are poor today because they do not have budgeting skills. It's a huge claim. And I'd like you to type it in the comment section. People are poor because they do not have budgeting skills. Type it right now. So I usually know when I say things profound and things that you've never heard before, things that hit you at a different angle than you've always known it, I need you to put it in the chat. Okay? So lack of budgeting skills is a major symptom as well as a cause of poverty among many people. Why? Because it's budgeting that allows you to manage what comes in and what goes out. So when you don't have budgeting, your finances tend to be out of control because you don't control the income and you don't control the expenses. Now, of course, the other one is saving. That's another fundamental for financial freedom, saving. And I told you yesterday how someone said that if you cannot save money, that the seed of greatness does not exist in you. And it's so powerful and it's so true. And then people give me lots of excuses. The 2 commonest excuses when it comes to saving, they say, number 1, we don't make enough money. My money is not enough to cover my expenses, so I can't save. Or number 2, they say, there's no point saving because inflation will wipe out everything if you save money. Of course, saving money is not about how much. It's not about the inflation. Saving money is much more about the habit of wealth, the habit of not consuming everything that you earn so that you can keep something behind to invest for the future. That's actually what you do with savings. No one is saying that you put a huge amount of cash in the bank, but you must be able to save, to withhold a part of everything that comes into your coffers, into your wallet for future goals. Then the next fundamental, no doubt, is investing, because investing is how you multiply your wealth. Investing is how you grow your wealth through assets. And so many poor people have cash. They have a lot of money, but they do not have investments. The wealthy people deal with investments. The wealthy people are concerned with investment. Now, the other one is insurance and risk management. Remember, I told you a story if you joined me yesterday, how a man approached me, a businessman. He had borrowed money to buy two tankers to supply diesel. The business was going very, very well, but he had not paid off his debt, and it was a high interest debt. So he cried and came to my office. He did not know what to do because the tankers caught fire. Something happened and the tankers caught fire. The first question I asked him in my office was, not a problem at all, do you have insurance? And he said, no. That was terrifying. And then many of us are doing businesses, many of us have such assets like that, and we don't have insurance. So, but you have to have a way of protecting against your financial risk. This is a fundamental personal finance thing. And of course, the other one is debt management. Some of you are in debt that you find extremely difficult to pay off. And then year in, year out, some of you have never spent a single year without debt burden. And it's not possible to become financially free if you don't have skills for managing debt. So these are the personal finance fundamentals. These are the 7 basics. You don't need to complicate it. Just master what I'm showing, what you're seeing right here. Take a screen shot of it, put it where you see it all the time. These are the fundamentals for becoming wealthy in any part of the world, whether you're watching this from America or you're watching from Cameroon. I see some of you from Cameroon. I see some of you from the Gambia. I see some of you from Zambia, from Botswana, from South Africa, from Nigeria, from Ghana. It does not matter where in the world you are. These are the same fundamentals. Okay. I was tagged in a post this afternoon. It was really very sad, Someone I know in a company that I had worked for, just sadly passed. And that's it. And people still do this 9 to 5 and this rat race until they die. You don't want that to be your story. Okay, so type in the chat, that will not be my story. Second thing is to help you scale business, because some of the greatest privileges I've had in my journey was to work with the Stanford University through the Stanford Seed program. I was exposed to a lot. I was privileged to work with the sharpest minds in the universe when it came to business, the professors in the Stanford Graduate School of Business. It was great, working with them, and then also working with business leaders from across 13 to 15 countries. It was amazing, learning a lot about different industries and learning a lot about what it takes to actually make a business scale. And then the third thing, which I'm really very proud of, in fact, I'm most proud of this one, family. Okay, so I'm so grateful for the family that I came from. Some of you already have read about my father's legacy, my mother's legacy, and how their parenting gave me competitive advantage to become who I am today. My parents gave me such a foundation of values that have made me a very, very powerful individual and a very successful person. Success not as defined by you, but success as defined by me. So what is this subject? It is family. So I want to bring back the family to where it's supposed to be. I want you to build loving families with loving environments for building children who can impact the world very, very positively. So many of you listen to me every day, you read me, and then many of you tell me how much the things I share with you are impacting your life. People write me from all over the world. And then in a month, about 8 million people read my posts. So that is very touching. Where did it start? I had very good parenting background. I was well parented. And again, in my own family, I have peace in my marriage of 29 years. And I have the blessing of children who make godly choices in the different parts of the world where they have to work. So that is one of the things I want to emphasize in this 1,000 days. Family is more important than many of us have made it. I hate divorce. Okay, I'm not saying you should stay in an abusive relationship, but every relationship has challenges, and then two people can decide to work it out, because there's no relationship. Our parents got married and they stayed married for 50, 60, 70 years. And, life was much more enjoyable. Life was much more joyous. So why can't we replicate the same thing that our parents did. So we don't have to be violent partners. We don't have to be unfaithful to our spouses. We don't have to, do all those things. So those are the subjects I'm going to be focusing on. And then my dream is that in 1,000 days, many of you will become multimillionaires. Many of you will become very, very empowered parents. Many of you will become loving husbands, faithful wives. Many of you will have very, very obedient, loving, successful children. These are my dreams, that in the next 1,000 years, next 1,000 days, we are going to have these results from all over the world. That in the next 1,000 days, I'm going to hear some of you say, thank you for what you shared with us. It has healed my marriage. It has restored my business. I'm doing well. I went from $100,000 to $2 million in the past 1,000 days listening to you. So these are the kind of results I'm anticipating. Does this sound exciting to anybody? Does it sound exciting? Is that what you would like to commit to in the next 1,000 days as well? Would you commit to building your business, building your financial freedom? Would you commit to building your family and building your relationships? Say in the chat that I commit. Okay, so I want you to be one of the 1,000 people who will become financially free. I want you to become one of the 1,000 businesses that will scale. I want you to become one of the 1,000 marriages and relationships and families that will do extremely well. That's what I'm asking for, 1,000 each.